Now, I've got to bring people up to speed with the latest escapades of President Joe Biden. Some of you might have seen this clip on the weekend. Often the president goes out riding a bike to show everybody how fit and active he is. Here's how it went. Very awkward, very awkward. He was okay. And we saw later that day the president at another function, he was going out of his way to sort of jump around a bit and show everybody that he was actually quite sprightly.
Mr. President, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir? Good.
And Jenna, I couldn't help when I saw him doing that jump. There's a certain, it seems sort of like something from MTV for me. Have a look. It's pretty sad, isn't it, when he has to try so hard?
Oh, I know. And look, even just watching that footage of him falling off the bike and then doing that jump, I was like, just call your chiropractor now, because this is going to hurt. Not now, it's going to hurt in the next 24 hours, Mr. President, that's for sure. Yeah,
look, I think it's fascinating because you've got the midterms coming up, and there's an editorial today in the Wall Street Journal, of course, such a prestigious publication, and they're talking about the breaking of the Biden age taboo, how Democrats and others are now seriously talking about whether this bloke can actually fulfil his term. And certainly, of course, there's no way known he's running for a second term. So it becomes an open discussion now of whether he can last through to the end of the term or whether he might have to hand over to Kamala Harris beforehand.
Well, that's the thing, and you just don't even know what that sort of discussion was or the deal was with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, whether it was, you know, a Keating-type Hawke situation or whether there is something more official in the works. But I think it just goes to show the Democrats, and I think the entire American political establishment really needs to take a long, hard look at itself and maybe bring in some fresh blood on both sides, because, you know, you've got some senators that have been in there for, you know, more than 30-odd years. Some of them are in their 80s. I know that I read a story about one woman, her name completely slips my mind at this point in time, but she's been falling asleep during briefings and things like that. So not to be ageist, but I think it's probably about time you try and get some young people involved in the system over there.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us, Jenna. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Jenna Clark there. You can see her on the front page here on Sky News.